Hi, Shiningbind here from Shiningbind Band Talk, and we're here with this most amazing, talented Georg Estelle. So, tell us a little about yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, I'm Georg Estelle. I am a singer-songwriter based in London. I'm both English and Italian, and I'm currently writing my own music. So it's actually very empowering and exciting.
How have you been doing during the pandemic? I heard over in the UK, because I've been keeping up on the news. I mean, how's it been over there?
I mean, obviously we've been in lockdown for a long time now. It's been over a year, a bit of ups and downs, but we've been in lockdown for a long time. So I managed to actually write some stuff through Zoom. I had 2 Zoom sessions, which ended up creating Taste of You, which is my single that just came out. And which was actually an interesting experience. It was very unusual. I never thought I could actually jam and vibe like that on Zoom, but it actually worked out pretty well. So I'm happy. And yeah, I mean, inspiration comes and goes, but I kind of have to switch off sometimes and then get back my motivation. But yeah.
What inspired you to want to sing in the first place? What motivated you to want to sing?
Well, to sing, to be honest, I've always sang since I was tiny. I never thought I wanted to actually do this as more of a profession, but my mom and my brother living with me can definitely tell you that they were tired of hearing me all day, every day. So I think when I was growing up, I switched I was like, maybe I just have to go to some lessons and it might just be something that I end up loving, and I already did. So yeah, it was pretty much how it went. And now I'm writing as well. So yeah.
What usually comes first when writing? Is it the actual music or is it the lyrics? I have to ask this. I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's interesting because it depends. For my first ever single, I didn't really know what songwriting process I had, so I literally had a few ideas in my head, and I really wanted to write down my emotions. So I did that before I even had, a musician with me or an instrumental or anything. But most of the times, working with producers, we kind of come up with melodies and the whole, getting instruments and producing, and then I'll think of the lyrics afterwards. But yeah, it really depends. There's not one way, so yeah.
That's quite interesting. What inspired tell us what inspired you to write Taste of You? Can you go more into depth about that?
Yeah, well, it came out, as I said, it was written during 2 Zoom sessions with a producer that I met literally on the day. And luckily we got on really well musically and personally. It was a real vibe. I told him what I kind of liked and what my inspiration was. And at the time, obviously, we were at the peak of the pandemic, right? So I was definitely not at the peak of my motivation and inspiration. But I wanted to write something that I could dance to, and I wanted to have a song that could uplift spirits. So for me, it was very important to first of all have that energy there. And with this one, it was really actually simple because his personality, my personality together, we're laughing all the time, we're making jokes, being silly. I suppose we were 2 Aquarius together, so that was funny. But I think that created the right energy to then produce something that was uplifting and happy vibes. So we didn't have that in mind, but it kind of came naturally, which I think it's always the best way to go.
No, I've read that you sing jazz inspired with a little bit of R&B. Can you tell us what motivated you to sing that style?
Yeah, I mean, jazz has always been played in the house because my mom is a big jazz fan. She used to bring me to jazz club in Italy. And obviously being born in the 90s, well, late 90s, I'm quite a kiddo still, but I always used to listen to R&B growing up. So obviously from the famous Destiny's Childs to Mary J. Blige, but I had also, you know, Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, which were a bit more soulful and you know, jazzy. So all of these influences are still there nowadays. Like, they are still my favorites to listen to. So it's still there.
Yeah. So would you like say like Destiny's Child and like Ashanti and all that? They're all like like your inspirations.
100%. I mean, D'Angelo. The list is so long. The list is so long, and the fact that I'm still getting to know more and more of these, because obviously growing up I was younger, so it's not like now. Obviously, I have more of an understanding as well. So I love digging deeper and really listening to each personal style and maybe taking what I prefer from them and making them mine. You know, it's so beautiful once you have a bit more of understanding. I really changed the way I listen to music, just even like production wise and stuff. So yeah, definitely.
So like where do you see yourself like in the next like 5 years or whatnot? Like wanting to like you know with your singing and like with records and whatnot.
I mean, the goal for me is to inspire as many people as possible. I say inspire because I think growing up, it really helped me having people around me, but also, you know, people that I didn't know, such as musicians or artists or movie stars that I could look up to. And I think what I love that art can do is literally, you know, pass these emotions. And at the end of the day, I hope to be authentic in my music and write from my heart so that people can really feel, you know, what I've been through. And I suppose really connecting with people from around the world. I love the fact that nowadays, you know, in a globalized world, we can connect, and it's beautiful. Like me speaking to you right now, and we're all over, you know, we're very far, but at the same time, it's beautiful. And I think there are so many negative things that we always talk about due to the internet and stuff, but the amount of
Yeah.
things that are positive, we don't always think about. And I think just the fact that I managed to, you know, write Taste of You on Zoom just shows how much, what if we didn't have that? I wouldn't probably have ever written something like that and put it out. So yeah, I think I see myself hopefully developing and growing as an artist, and obviously personally as well. I'm a very big supporter of growing personally as well. And yeah, I just want to really make experimental music. I hope that my music will be very, very unique, I suppose. I want to try and be as different as I can within myself, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, especially during a pandemic, it's always good to be creative, especially because you're like in quarantine and whatnot. And so, like, how does it make you like? How do you feel after you like after you finished recording Taste of You? Like, did you feel proud? Were you happy? Like, how did you personally how did you feel about it? Like, was it like an accomplishment
After what? Sorry.
after you wrote
Oh yeah,
Taste of
after
You?
I wrote Taste of You. Well, while I was writing it, I was feeling okay, I see where this is going. It's different for me, but I like it. And it's obviously it's a love song, but mostly it depicts the first steps into a new love. So it's all of that excitement. I want to go out, I want to see that person, I want to do this. And it's that feeling of not having any fear. You just want to do stuff. And I hope that, you know, that is the feeling that people can actually have for anything that might be their passion, or for anything like life. I just really want people to feel excited about things. And I think it was definitely satisfying. I'm always very, very nervous, and I'm very self-critical, so I tend to always go and see what I might not like about something, which is wrong. Sometimes you should just accept it is how it is. Let's enjoy it. That's it. I'm really happy now, so I'm absolutely happy. And just seeing the effect that it had on some people, on most of the people, it just, yeah, makes me happy. So
Like,
I'm glad it makes me happy.
would you ever like want to like tour or something one of these days? Like when you get that big?
100%. I mean, if I can be honest with you, the part I prefer out of everything is probably performing. I come from a dancing background, so I always did dancing. So since I was like 2, I used to do ballet shows and stuff, and I was actually a professional dancer some years ago. So I love that energy. Being on stage means that you're literally performing for people, and people are there. You're transferring this energy. You are learning from the people that are around you. It's just such an incredible experience that you can't, unfortunately, you can't replicate on the internet. That's something you can't really do. I try and say when I'm doing my live performances on the internet, I'm like, I can feel your energy, but it's way harder through a screen. But but yeah, I think performing and touring is such a dream of mine. Of course, like biggest dream ever would be to tour the world. Of course, definitely.
Like, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's really cool that you used to do ballet. I mean, I heard it's really hard. I mean, I had a niece that used to do like the acrobatic dance, like when she was like younger. I mean, yeah. I mean that's. I mean, how do you? I mean, I hope you have. Anyways, thank you so much for for taking the time out of your busy,
Of
especially like
course.
during. I mean, especially like during a pandemic, but then again, probably no one's really that busy because of the pandemic. So I do truly thank you for
Thank you.
taking the time for this interview. Thank you so much.
It was lovely to speak to you. Like, thank you so much. It's been really, really nice. And this was a nice time it was a nice way to end my evening. So I appreciate it. Thank
I'm glad. I mean, thank you so much. And guys, until next time on Shiningbind Bands Out, be sure to give Georg Estelle a follow. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Check her out. Love and peace and rock and roll.
Woo!
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you'll be well with everything and healthy and